Hey everyone, today we are talking about bookmarks. We are going to create these magnetic bookmarks. They're so much fun. They're so easy to create. I am doing a Caribbean slash West Indian theme because today is Caravana Saturday in Toronto. And on top of being Caravana Saturday, it is also Emancipation Day. So I thought this would be a good time to do some Caribbean themed ones with some Caribbean themed wording on it. But of course, you can take this tutorial and you can run with it with any theme you like. So let's head over to the computer and get this project started. We're back at the computer. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to show you two different ways to do these bookmarks. As you know, I'm doing a Caribbean theme, but you can do any theme you want. You can get images from anywhere. Firstly, this image here, I did get it from Design Space. I just searched up Caribbean and some options came up. I chose one that I liked and I went with it. So it was this one here. I usually size my bookmarks to 2 or 2.5. Personal preference. I did this one at 2. I did these at 2.5. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this image and bring it above that other one and spin it all the way around. Once it is sitting like this, we're then going to go ahead and bring a shape in. I'm going to bring in a square and place it here, and then we're going to make it smaller. This, of course, is also personal preference. You just want to ensure there is enough that each circle is sitting on this rectangle. And as you can see, that is the case right now. I'm going to send that rectangle to the back. I'm also going to change the color of the rectangle. And now that I brought those images in, the colors from the images has also come in, so I can just use that. I'm going to select all three pieces, so my two images and the centerpiece here, and I'm going to align horizontal. Lastly, I'm going to bring a text box in, and I'm going to, well, actually not lastly, but next I'm going to bring in a text box and I'm going to write whatever it is I want to put on the bookmark. Like so. I'm going to make it smaller. That looks good there. I am going to go ahead and offset this. And I don't know if you've noticed, but now if I'm clicking on this, because I have this side panel open, my offset is not showing easily. It's under the More area, under Effects, and then Offset. I'm going to offset this at 0.025 and hit Apply. I'm going to change that color to white. If everything looks good and you're happy with it, we're going to select everything. So the two circles, the middle portion, and the wording together with the offset. I'm going to go ahead and click on Flatten. Now lastly, we're going to grab this score line. You're going to twirl it around until it's even. Place in the middle here. Close it up. Now we can select everything again and align center. Once everything is aligned, we're going to hit attach. Adding the score line is not necessary. You could, of course, score this afterwards on your own. I just find if I'm getting Cricut to do all of this, I might as well get it to score as well. Next, we're going to talk about bringing in images. There are a few places we can bring images from. Of course, we can find images in Cricut Design Space. We can use places like Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles. We can also try Canva. The last place we can look is Google. In Google, you're going to type in what you want. So I originally typed in Trinidad Images, Old Homes Paintings. There was a painting that my mom had for years that I absolutely loved, and I've been asking her for it. I need to figure out where that went. So I wanted that image as a bookmark. I scrolled through here and I eventually found it. This is the image here. This used to be up on our wall. I just remember it being when I was younger, just seeing it on the wall all the time and thinking, that looks like fun. I don't know. I just love this image. In order to take this image, I found actually this one is one I use. It's a bit better. If you're going to do this, this should most definitely be for personal use only. Please keep that in mind. This is the image here. I'm going to right click and click on Save Image As. It's very important that when you do this, you're going to look at the file type. As you can see, it's JPEG. Cricut only accepts certain file types. So if I go to Upload in Cricut and Upload Image, these are the compatible file types. There's a WebB, I think it's called, file type that we can't use in Cricut Design Space. So keep that in mind. Keep an eye on the image type. That will be important for you to be able to use it. You're going to save this in a location of choice. I always save anything I've grabbed into my downloads folder. If you create a folder otherwise, please do exactly what you would normally do when saving different images. So I'm not going to save this again as I have saved it already. Once we have it saved, as I mentioned, we went to Uploads and Upload Image. We're going to click on Browse. And we're going to grab the image of choice, which is the one with the house that I was just talking about, and continue. Apply and continue. We're going to do nothing here because we don't want to delete anything. And it will be a flat graphic, as it will be a print and cut design. And then from here, you can name your image. This would be helpful. Don't do like me. I never name them and I have to scroll through and look. If I name them, I could actually search for them. We'll click on Upload. Once it's in, I'm going to resize it to 2.5. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to duplicate this image. We are going to twirl it around like so. Line it up with that image. Maybe a little closer. We're going to bring the square shape in again and resize this. We're going to select all three pieces, align horizontal, send that square to the back. And at this point, you can change the color if you want. I did use white, but this brown would be nice. Actually, I'm going to go with this color for it this time because it kind of matches the sand on the ground. And I put the wording, "Who don't hear does feel." This is something I heard very much growing up, and this means ignoring advice or warnings often leads to experiencing the consequences directly. In reality, a spank and a sword is often near when a child fails to listen to his or her mother. It's something I grew up with. It's something I know very well. So I thought it'd be fun to add it here. I didn't really go through much fonts, but uh, I am adding an offset to all of these because um, I do want it white, kind of make it to kind of help it stand out. I'm going to place this on the bookmark till it can fit just like so. Now I can select all three pieces, including the wording and the offset. You can right click and flatten. And now we can see the wording. And what I like about this is that the image is on the other side with no wording, but then it's on this side with the wording so you can see in the background. I did the same for this. I just looked up trend ad images, of course, whatever island or whatever your background or your memories growing up, please do that. Um, but yeah, this is very nostalgic for me, and we're gonna go ahead and get these cut. And oh, actually, I forgot to do one thing. We are going to add this score line just like we did the other one. Bring this here, turn it around, place it on the bookmark, size it down. select the bookmark and the score line, align center, and then we're going to right click and attach. Or of course we can attach in the corner here. So I'm going to go ahead, get these cut, printed, and then cut, and I'll meet you back at the craft table. All right, our bookmarks are now printed. They look so good. I am using the Koala double-sided glossy photo paper. It's 69 pounds. I like that it's a double-sided glossy because it is protected on both sides. You don't have to use double-sided glossy. You can use photo paper as well. I do like this one a lot though. You want to protect your bookmark with some laminate. You can use some holographic laminate. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bit of a shimmer to it, which comes in so many different styles. Even like a heart one, it's so cute. This one is kind of that like iridescent laminate, I guess you can call it. And then we of course have plain laminate. I think I'm gonna go with this one for it. I got this laminate off of Amazon. That package came with all those different types. So I'm gonna go ahead and size this down. I found just placing this in the score line so much easier than putting it over, and as you may know, the Cricut Maker is supposed to be capable of reading these the score lines, or through this laminate, I guess is what I should say, but I've still had issues and I just don't feel like having issues today, so I'm gonna just cut it down and place it on that way. How I place my laminate is I always start with one corner, open it up or remove the corner, cut it off, so now the stickiness is available. I place the non-sticky parts down first, and then I place the sticky part on. I'm gonna use my squeegee to get this onto here. Don't do that. Thankfully, I was able to save it. So use your squeegee and just make sure there's no air bubbles. If I had not got it caught in that corner there, this wouldn't even happen. This has not failed me yet. It is my favorite way to put laminate on. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut. I'll meet you back here. All right, we're gonna remove this from the mat. My mat's not very sticky anymore, so I'm doing it, sticking it with the tape for now. And we're going to remove our bookmarks. We're going to go ahead and fold it at the score line. So the score line is right there. And either using a bone folder or I'm using my Cricut scraper, we're just going to push the score line down and make sure it's creased nicely. So I like to line up the bottom first, which is not what I did the first time, I forgot, and then push the score line down. Now our bookmarks are complete. We just need magnets. Here are the magnets I'm using. They are from Amazon. And what I like to do is I like to place the magnet on top, see how it sits. So like almost just let it do its thing. So whichever way you can get it to sit on the bookmark, or on the other magnet, we're gonna place the magnet into the middle of the bookmark. Using our fingers, press that down. Remove the adhesive and press it down again. Do the same, like so, in the middle, and down. Lastly, like so, in the middle, and apply some pressure. I completely forgot I had this book and I really need to read it, but I did pick this up in Chicago a couple years ago, and we're gonna add our bookmark just like so. And there you go. And there you have it. How fun was that? It's so simple, is it not? I think it took me 20 minutes and I was recording. These ones are so cute. I'm so happy with how they turned out. Especially this one, as I mentioned, this is a photograph I grew up with in my childhood with my mom, having this photograph up in her house, which I can't find, but I need to. But yeah, that is the tutorial for this. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one, happy crafting. Take care. Bye now.